Okay, so welcome everybody. Monday night, 6:30. We are gonna do a great show tonight. We're just gonna jump right into answering questions. I'm pretty sure everybody knows what we're doing here. Real quickly, this is about regenerative detoxification, cleaning the lymphatic system, your sewer system, not taking in any acidic foods, any mucus-forming foods, but getting back to our natural diet, which is a mucusless diet, fruits, berries, and melons, and a little bit of salads, as raw as you can go, and you'll start cleaning the pipes. We use the herbs to really get after some of the obstructions that we've created just to help us along, but that's pretty much it. That's all we're doing. We have a plumbing lesson tonight. So getting those internal pipes cleaned, getting the lymphatic system, your sewer system flowing again is why we're all here. Because the healing really is taking place when you get this done. Countless testimonials, it works. And it's very simple, it's very natural, and we can do it ourselves. Don't have to rely on anybody, no institutions, no corporations, nothing. And we take back our power this way. So that's really it. So we're just going to jump right into it if everybody's okay with that. Okay, so I'm telling you what I'm going to jump over to YouTube comments until some of the questions come in. These come in all week long, of course. Okay, so Lightbulb says, I'm sorry, let's go to James Himes. Can anyone tell me if floaters can cause problems? Thanks. Okay, so James is referring to eye floaters, and I've had them. I think they're very common. The kind of, you see things floating along, as you look out your eyes. That's a lymphatic issue. The lymph system is everywhere in the body. All of your 100 trillion cells are surrounded by lymph. It's the sewer system where they poop. They're acidic waste. So the lymph can get clogged up, and floaters are an issue there. So basically what you want to do is you want to move lymph in the eyeballs. And you're going to do that by an overall detoxification. So when we talk about moving lymph, we do it in two general categories. One is an overall movement of the entire body, okay, and the other is going in and specifically going after certain areas. When you can learn to do both of these, you're really gonna detox a lot quicker. You can't really do one without the other, I'm finding out. So in this case, okay, so basically want to get the kidneys open. The kidneys are the filter for the lymphatic system. So we want to make sure those are filtering. Most of us are not filtering. So we get the kidneys open. We get the adrenal glands stronger because they sit on top of the kidneys and control them. They also do a lot of other functions, including make antacid steroids that help get rid of acids in the body. So now we're going after the kidneys, the glands, okay, especially the adrenal glands. We clean the GI tract. Nothing really detoxes unless we get that center of the body, that great eliminative system working. So we go after the GI tract, and we use lymphatic herbs to help move the lymph along, help unstick thick toxic areas that we've caused. So there's your general. Now, what we can do simultaneously is we can go after the eyeballs. And Dr. Morse makes an eye health formula. A lot of lymph herbs are in that, but basically you dilute it, and then you use an eye cup and you actually put it over the eye to help move lymph in the eye. So yeah, lymph floaters, eye floaters are really a sign that you're backing up in those eyes, and that can lead to all kinds of things like, of course, what they call glaucoma, macular degeneration, cataracts. These are all lymphatic issues. So, and it's also a sign that possibly, you need to move more lymph up in the head area. So it's actually a very low level indicator that you got to do some work. So James, get on that. Upper circulation herbs can help you up there too to move lymph up in that head area. So I hope that answers that question. I'm going to go back. Guys, let me know how the sound is. I hope everything is good here. Everything's looking pretty good on my end here. Let's jump into a couple questions over here on the live side. Fruits, berries, and melons. Hi, everybody. Fruits, berries, and melons is for the big win. Absolutely. That's the best diet you can have. That's a great name. Thanks. Kathy Harrison, good evening, Mark. I would like to detox for the spring. My cholesterol levels are high, LDL 274, HDL 100. I would like to see my numbers lowered. What herbs do you recommend? Well, okay. Cholesterol is an interesting issue because, we're all meant to believe that, cholesterol is from, our diet of eating animal products. And what we found out is that cholesterol is really a lymphatic issue mostly. And Bitsy's really, really crazy today. So she brought her little bunny and wants to wrestle. Okay. So pay no attention to the dog on the side here. Okay, so cholesterol is really a lymphatic issue, guys. It's a sign that you're acidic in the body. Okay, detox is really the only way to reverse this, outside of Lipitor, which you don't. I mean, I personally would not want to go down that road. So, it's really interesting about the whole medical, big pharma, big food complex. They're interrelated, and basically, uh, the story that they put out there is basically do whatever you want, and you can take a pill and correct it. So live a decadent life. Go out there and have that big prime rib with all the drippings and all that kind of stuff. And I remember when I used to eat that, they in Los Angeles they have a great prime rib restaurant called Lowry's. You've probably seen their seasoned salt, which is mostly MSG, by the way. But Lowry's had a prime rib, and then they would take the grease of the prime rib and throw dough in there, and they called it Yorkshire pudding, and that was one of their big specialties. Oh my God! Anyways, that's a little side story. But all right, so yeah, they say live a decadent life. We have a pill for you. Okay, there's hamburger stands on every corner. I mean, just do whatever you want. We'll fix it. Not true. It doesn't happen that way. So, anyways, what happens is that when you take in acid, mucus forming foods, you back up that lymph system. The lymph system becomes more acidic as it stagnates. Okay, then what happens is the body goes to the adrenal glands and says, "Give me some of those steroids to fight these acids. This guy's taking in too many acids, so give me some steroids from the adrenal glands." And most of us have weak adrenal glands. Okay, genetically passed down weakness. Plus, we live very stressful lives. Plus, we've gunked up our entire body, so those are down. So then the body says, "All right, I don't have enough steroids to fight these acids. I'm going to go to the liver now, and I'm going to get cholesterol, because cholesterol is a lipid, it's a fat, it's a great antacid. So it'll have the liver produce a lot more cholesterol. So when you start detoxifying, when you start moving lymph and eating an alkalizing diet and foods that dissolve mucus throughout the body, the cholesterol levels start to go down. Okay, and so that's the good news. All right. So the herbs that I recommend are basically, like I just said, the herbs that the four-way detox. Get the kidneys open, get the adrenals and other glands up, get the GI tract cleaned out, and do herbs to help move that toxic stagnant lymph. And those are the herbs that really do it. With cholesterol, you could do some circulation herbs. Dr. Morse has upper and lower circulation formulas. Those are good. Cayenne garlic, things like that, to help get things circulating. Okay, so I would do that on top of that. Basically, when you're looking at herbs, you guys always lay the foundation with the kidney, the glands, the GI tract, and the lymphatic herbs. That's always your foundation, no matter what is going on. Always build. They're the essential four, the Fab Four, as Dr. Morse calls them. But always build off of that. Okay, and then you can start using formulas or herbs to go after specific things, like the eye floaters, like circulation. Okay, so I hope that helps you, Kathy, and good luck to you. Get those numbers down by realkalizing the body. And the good news is that when you start fixing one thing by building that Fab Four foundation, you're going to start fixing everything. That's the beauty. Everything starts to go. Everything starts to clean. The sticky areas, go after them specifically. Okay. So Shields, hi. Happy to be here tonight. Good to have you. is that Sheila? Oh, Sheila. I'm sorry. Okay, good to have you, Sheila. Tammy, hi all. My first time to the live talk. Glad to be here. Good to have you, Tammy. Excellent. We got a lot of newbies here. This is really great. Ashley's been with us for a long time. Hey, Mark, good to see you. Happy to be with everyone again. Absolutely. And Hannon's back. Hi, Mark. 2 more weeks till spring equinox. Countdown is on. Man, it is coming fast, isn't it? Yeah, we're all going to be Well, a lot of us are starting up our fast. Um, and we're going to be doing whatever fast you want, master fast, whatever suits you. But I'm going to be leading daily inspirations to keep everybody on their fasting quest. 108 days, very auspicious number. And So yeah, come on. You don't have to go that long. Jump off, jump back on, or just listen to us as we're all sharing our stories and inspiring everybody to stay on the path. Yeah, this master fast is proving to be a really deep healer. It's a lot like the Dr. Morse system, but there's a few changes. You can read all about it at masterfastsystem.com. But great, yeah, that's going to be really, really fantastic. It's so cold out here in California. I can't believe it. I hope it warms up by then because it sure makes juice fasting a lot easier. So, but yeah, it'll be warm before we know it, and it'll be spring before we know it. So fantastic. All right, so Tammy, I'm going to start the Master Fast Hybrid and have a severe adrenal fatigue. So for those of you who don't know, the Master Fast Hybrid is where you do the grape lemon juice combination with the herbal tinctures, and then you do the psyllium pudding all day long, and then at night or anytime you can have one meal of fruit or salad. That's the hybrid. And then of course every evening we're going to dry fast for a minimum of 12 hours, and then a minimum of 24 hours 1 day per week. So okay, so you're going to start that. You're going to do the hybrid, and you have severe adrenal fatigue. I will be having green juice to increase my minerals for mineral corticoids. Any advice or wisdom? Okay, so now I don't know when you're going to start the master fast, but you can work on the adrenals at any time if they're fatigued. You can usually tell adrenal fatigue from you're tired all the time. You can look at your blood pressures. That upper number is called the adrenal punch number. So if that starts going below 120, a lot of us are down at 110, 105, and even under 100. So that's a good way to find out if your adrenals are fatigued for sure, other than being tired all the time and this and that. But you want to work on those. There's good adrenal herbs, ashwagandha. The licorice root is fantastic. Siberian ginseng, also known as eleuthero, is really good. Yeah, it's work on those anytime. I'm not so up on mineral corticoids. The way that we look at green juices are that they're really for people that can't handle the high level of detoxification of fruit or fruit juice. So they're basically a bridge to get you up to the highest level, which is the fruit juices. Okay, so there's plenty of minerals in fruit. And if you're doing the hybrid, you're going to be having a salad, so you're going to get your minerals that way. I'm not so concerned about our mineral intake as I am of our mineral utilization, because most of us have gummed up glands and we're not utilizing the minerals we take in. Okay, so that's what I really work on. We get plenty of nutrition. It's our blockages in the body that stop us from really accessing that nutrition and absorbing and utilizing that nutrition. Okay, yeah, detox. The highest form of detox is herbs and fruit. Okay, and fruit juice, the grape lemon juice combination is really fantastic, whether you do it raw or pasteurized. The evidence is coming in that the pasteurized is even more of a mucus dissolver and more energetic than the raw. But the jury is still out for a lot of people. I've never done a really back-to-back comparison, so I can't say for sure. Gino and the people over at Masterfast say definitely it's much more powerful. Dr. Morse's side is basically saying that that the cooked juices compromise the chemistry. They flip the chemistry of the juices, and that raw is better for the biophoton energy and all these kinds of things. So I had a great 44-day master fast on pasteurized juices. But like I say, I haven't done it on just raw, so I can't really say from my end for sure. But whatever you choose, it's going to be a high choice. So, so that's my wisdom on that. Yeah, get the mucus out of the glands, and the fruit juice is the best. The green juices are really just for rebuilding and getting you to that level. Let's say you do start on the juice and the herbs, and you're just detoxing like crazy. You start to get real headachy. You start to get some really severe healing episodes. Let's say your lungs lock up, things like this. You got to go back. You got to go back down and maybe get to the green juices, or maybe just even the salads and cooked veggies. Okay, so there's just different levels. Okay, it's kind of it's like a ladder. Okay, so that's the fruit juices up here, and the green juices are down here. Salads are down here. Cooked veggies are down here. Junk food way down here. Okay, all right. So Rosaline, hi Mark, doing much better today. Adrenal glands much better. Healing crisis. Tell me what happened with those adrenal glands on your healing crisis. Okay, like to hear more about that, Rosaline. Juice Animation Studios. Juice Animation Studios. Okay. Hi, I'm suffering from fibroids and PCOS. Could you let me know if I do detoxing, which fruit is better for fibroids, detoxing, and which herb should I use for shrinking my cysts and fibroids? Okay. All right. So basically, cysts and fibroids and tumors, they're and boils and all that. They're basically it's the body protecting itself. Okay. From acids and toxins, so it encapsulates it, it encircles it. Okay. So what you want to do is, of course, you want to move lymph. Okay, because stagnant lymph is what turns acidic and toxic to the body. So as you move lymph, those things drain. All right. So the herbs that work the best, of course, are the lymphatic herbs. Okay. Now, the problem is, let's say that you just say, well, I'm just going to do lymphatic herbs. That's the secret to it all. But no, you've got to do the basic four, the Fab Four, because let's say you just take, you make a lymphatic tea. You take a My Javana lymph mover tea, and you make that, and you start moving a whole ton of lymph towards those kidneys that aren't opened. Now you're hitting a bunch of acids towards a locked kidney door, and now those kidneys inflame even more, and they block up even more. Okay, that's why we always got to think that Fab Four, that basic four, those essential four. Okay, so that there you go. Kidneys, adrenals, and the glands, GI tract, and lymph. Those are the four main herbs. Okay, so yeah, so with the female areas too, you're doing your Fab Four basically, right? And you're moving lymph all through the body, getting those kidneys open and all that kind of stuff, and getting that GI tract clean. So now you can actually take Heal All Tea from Dr. Morse or Javana's Lymph Mover Boost, make a tea out of that, and actually douche with it, and that's going to bring lymphatic moving power right to those areas. Okay, so that's again, we're working with the Fab Four, the general body, and now we're going in specifically. Okay, and going after certain areas. So that's it. General, moving lymph all over the body, and then specific, going after certain areas. Okay, you could do lower circulation combined with those lymphatic moving herbs, lower circulation, and of course all the things too. It's also about the diet. You get on that high fruit and those raw veggies, and now you're eating an alkaline diet. You're going high fruit to dissolve mucus, and also you're doing some physical things. You're exercising, you're rebounding gently, you're stretching, you're doing some deep breathing, you're doing some lymphatic massage, things like this too. Okay, so all those things help. All right, so there you go. So really, yeah, the herbs work best in the formulas, because there's a lot of different herbs in those formulas, because our body reacts differently to different herbs. So it's kind of catching them all. So in a good lymphatic formula, you're going to have a lot of different lymphatic herbs in there, and some are going to work better on others, but you're going to get the whole mix, and they all kind of work synergistically together. So that's why I like it better than just doing one specific herb. Okay. Okay, Hannah's having jackfruit tonight. Good. Listening to Dr. Morse while waiting for you. Yummo. Oh man, good. There's so many good fruits out there. When we were out at Dr. Morse's training in Florida in late September, they had all kinds of great fruit. I don't know if we had the jackfruit. We had the durian. We had the best mangoes ever. Mangoes are my favorite fruit, I gotta say. I mean, of all the fruits, a good mango, there's nothing like it. It just has this velvety texture, and it's just the right amount of sweet and tart, and just wonderful. We had star fruit. We had God, what else did we have? Lychees. Those were amazing. It tastes like a sweet tart. Anyways, Rosaline says, sounds great. Susie Snowflake's back. Sounds good here. Okay, awesome. Good. We got good sound. Yeah, I got a really good microphone. I don't wear a headset. I don't know. I don't like that, but it's kind of a little bit far away. But I'm glad we're getting good sound. Okay, so Hannon ran out of vodka for the tinctures. Used VO whiskey for 2 of my tinctures. Not a clear alcohol, of course. Thoughts going to combine teas and tinctures for Masterfast. Okay, so yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Distilled alcohols, they're pretty pure. I know the darker alcohols are supposed to be less, to have more, just other things. I know that alcoholics just love vodka, because you can drink a lot of it. It doesn't smell. It doesn't get them as hungover. So I would imagine vodka or a clear rum would probably be your best choices. I know some people like to make tinctures with brandy, but vodka or a white rum, I think, are probably your best choices for that. The rum is a sugar cane, of course, and the vodka can be either potato or a grain, but a lot of people love just the grain alcohols. But I'm sure you're fine. You're getting such a little amount of alcohol, anyways, when you take the tinctures. But that brings up a good point. You're combining teas and tinctures, which is great. With a tea, you can make a very strong tea that's like a tincture. The difference is that the tincture is going to last years when you make it, but it takes 30 days to make it. Some say you can make them as little as 14. And then with the teas, you can make a batch that'll last you 3 or 4 days, but you got to make it every 3 or 4 days. So it's your choice, really. But I personally love teas. They're a lot cheaper, and you can make your batches for 3 or 4 days, and then the next batch you can make your notes and tweak that batch, and keep tweaking. With the tinctures, it's kind of hard to do that. So there you go. Your choice, though. Combining teas and tinctures is a very powerful thing. Plasma field-wise, according to Gino. And that's way too broad of a subject for me to go into, but anyways, yeah, good luck. Yeah, you're on a good path there. Fruits, berries, and melons. I love Bitsy. I love Bitsy too. She's already asleep. I would like a dog. Do you feed your dog fruit? She doesn't like fruit. She'll eat carrots. She likes carrots, and she likes She likes sweet potatoes. Um, and then yeah, I get her a dry food, a holistic dry food. It does have some fruits in there, but she's not a big fruit eater. No, yeah, I wish she was. I would like to keep my dog as healthy as possible. I see many dogs get fat, old, and slow, and I really don't want that. Yeah, keep your dog on the lean side for sure. That really helps them out, especially dachshunds because they're so long. And when you have a heavy dachshund, it puts pressure on their back. And I exercise her a lot too to keep that back strong. But yeah, just don't do a lot of protein, you guys. That's going to be one of the big things to keep your dogs around. I go to the health, the dog, not the health, the dog, dog supply, pet supply store, right? And all the bags used to tout a lot of protein. And I read the bags now. I get the dry dog food with the lowest amount of protein and the highest amount of vegetables and no grains, zero grains. Like humans, grains are not our friend, even though they taste great and all that, but they're just not our friend. They're inflammatory, they're mucus forming, and they're high in protein. So a lot of dog food is going grainless, and cat food too. So yeah, get a grain free, vegetable, high vegetable with some fruit, and yeah, just keep the protein down and keep the dog exercised, and you should be fine. Um, be here. Hi, Mark. This is Karsnik. Good to see you again. Good to see you again. Yes. Sharis. Hi, Mark. We love you. Love you too, Sharis. How do you feel about niacin as a supplement? I used to take it. I used to love the rush. I used to feel all that circulation. Um, I don't do any supplements. No supplements for me. No isolated chemistry. Just more synergistic, holistic stuff. The herbs. I would say the herbs are really just a natural supplement. But I love my herbal teas I'm always experimenting with herbs, you guys. I have an herb company, so I'm always playing with them. So yeah, I don't do that anymore. If I want to get the niacin rush, you can down a cayenne garlic combination, things like that. I love ginger to really stimulate circulation too. But there's certainly a lot of herbs that can do that niacin effect of opening up those capillaries, things like that. So yeah, don't really do it. Um, Rosaline, once the tinctures, the Fab Four, are complete, how many drops do you take on a daily basis? Before meals, after meals? Why do people put GI Broom into capsules? That's a lot of questions there. Okay. Okay. So the doses that you take is based upon your weight. It's all weight based. Okay. And let's say you're doing the master fast. Okay. Gino has his ratios, to dropperfuls or there. I think he does teaspoons, like quarter teaspoon, half teaspoon, things like that. Dr. Morse has his formulas. The standard formula for someone, around 120, I think 120 to 150 pounds is one dropperful 3 times a day. And then you go up if you're heavier and go down if you're lighter. But these things are at the Master Fast System, and they're also at Dr. Morse's site as well. Okay. And if you order the kits from Giovanna, there's instructions in there too. But you probably should refer to whoever program you're doing. Why do people put GI Broom into capsules? You know why I put it into capsules? Because it's the worst tasting thing in the world. I mean, it is. I mean, it is so hard to get down, you guys. It's instantly gets my gag reflex going. It is really nasty stuff. Very, very powerful though, but really, really nasty. And that's why I put it into capsules. Get a capsule maker for I think 10, 15 bucks on Amazon. Get some veggie caps. I get the double zeros because they're nice big caps, and just throw it into there, and you'll be a much happier person. Okay. Actually, some people don't mind it. I've heard people say, "Well, I love the taste." So to each his own. I can't handle it. It's really, really bad. So be here. I had dental X-rays due to bleeding in the gums. Feel terrible after the X-rays. Feeling better after oil pulling. Had some watermelon and blueberries. Yeah, watermelon's really detoxifying, you guys. Yeah, unfortunately with the X-rays, they are a good diagnostic tool for the dentist. They do have low power X-rays now. They're better digital X-rays, but keep them at a minimum. Um, you know, um, yeah, I think the last ones I had were, I mean, I just had them done, but I had them done like maybe 8 years ago. Before that, I kept saying no, 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 no to the guys. So here's my X-rays. So take it, look at these. So, anyways, yeah, so good. I'm glad you're feeling better. And oil pulling, yeah, take some Heal All tea or Javana lymph mover tea, and go ahead and hold that in the mouth and swish that around. That'll pull stuff out too. Okay. Um, Radiation can accumulate in the lymph system just like anything else. So the best way to protect yourself, guys, from radiation and toxicity, all these things, heavy metals, all that, is to move lymph. Moving lymph is the answer to it all, because it lets the body do what the body wants to do. That's the thing. The body's super intelligent, but if it's obstructed, it can't get to it. It's as simple as that. We're just removing the obstructions so the flow can return to the body. So this powerful, complicated, divine, if you will, healing power can reach where it needs to go. Okay? And essentially, the obstructions that we put into our body are really our karma, because we created it, whether unconsciously or consciously. Okay? So as our consciousness evolves and expands, we don't do these things without knowing. Okay? And that's the good news. But we can, we can use the herbs, we can use the high fruit to dissolve those problem areas. Okay? And keep it flowing. Because in a free-flowing lymph system, let's say you had some heavy metals, let's say you had some, a virus in there, the body, there's all kinds of patrolmen going all through the body where it can get to, all kinds of natural killer cells and lymphocytes and all that, super intelligent. They actually go up to cells and they kind of like sniff them, they detect them. If it's a bad cell, they attack it, get it out of there. So, but it has to be able to get to where it needs to go. And in a gunky, gummed up lymph system, it can't get there. Okay. All right. So be here. How to avoid X-rays and get rid of dental issues like cavities, infection, fillings, etc. Well, okay. So with dental issues, this is the catch-22 that I found. Okay, and a lot of people find. If you're not moving lymph, a lot of us are blocked up in the necks and in the head area. Okay, because a lot of it's because the transverse colon that comes across the top of the chest here is blocked, and it sends toxicity up into the head area. There's a lot of reasons for that, but basically, a lot of us are clogged up in these areas. Okay, the mouth is clogged. The mouth is acidic because the lymph is not flowing. It's stagnant in there. It's become acidic. Okay, and so the acidic mouth starts to destroy the gums and the teeth, and the acids destroy. They leach minerals. They steal calcium. Acids. The body needs to protect itself from burning up from acid. So calcium is a great and acid. It's the number one ingredient in Tums, of course. So it will steal it from bones, and teeth, and the gums. So the best way to avoid but the problem is if you have an acidic mouth and you switch over to high fruit and you're doing the citruses and all that, you can go backwards before you go forwards. Okay. And I did find out that when I switched over that some of my weaker teeth started to have some problems. And I think there's a lot of people that can attest to that. But once you get it turned around and get that mouth alkalized and get the lymph flowing again, the dental issues will, you'll stop the degeneration. As you up your mineral utilization, especially in the parathyroid gland that handles the calcium, you can actually start to remineralize the bones and the teeth, the jaws, the gums, all that kind of stuff. All right, and not have to go to the dentist as much. Okay, so the best thing for the mouth and the teeth and all that and the gums is getting the lymph moving and getting the acids out of the mouth. The heal all tea or the lymph mover tea, wonderful, wonderful for, just gargle with it, hold it in that mouth, just picture it working and pulling, and get that lymph moving in the mouth. But generally detoxify the whole body, and especially the GI tract, because nothing drains. If that GI tract's clogged, the head and the neck and the mouth area won't drain. Okay. And when you have an acidic mouth, you probably got, starting to get hearing loss, getting eyesight loss, getting brain fog, dizziness problems, all kinds of things like that. Sleep issues, pituitary issues. It all goes hand in hand. Anytime you have these issues, you can pretty much look at the other areas as well. Okay. Darcy, hi Mark. I'm getting all my tools and supplies ready, and we'll do the master fast with Gino. Good. Excellent. Good news, Darcy. Very, very powerful. Make sure you're ready. Make sure you do your homework, you guys. You got to take personal responsibility on that one. Okay. And very powerful, but very, very healing as well. And yeah, they're doing some great work over there, you guys. Fantastic. Raw for beginners. Hi, Mark. My brother had constipation and diarrhea for many years, but being high raw fruit for the last 7 months, he now has diarrhea constantly. Any helpful ideas? Thank you, Candy. Yeah, so, what we found out with the diarrhea is that, the high fruit is kicking in detoxification. The body's trying to kick out a lot of stuff. It usually stops. I don't know. It sounds, it had been going on for 7 months though. Is that what's happening? I'd like to know a little bit more about that. It usually stops after a couple of weeks. But Dr. Morse has has a formula. It's stomach and bowels number 0. Okay. And that is actually a formula that helps bind everything. Okay. So that might help. It also has the healing herbs in there to heal the GI tract, and which is a plus. But it also has the herbs in there to help the stools form. Okay, so stomach and bowels number 0. Okay, let me know how that works. I hope he tries it and report back to us. Okay, but detoxification is really the key, and getting that whole GI tract detoxified. So stomach and bowels number 0. Okay, seeking balance. Hi, Mark. Will you be taking Dr. Morse's GI Broom on your next master fast, or just the plasma pudding? Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm doing the herbs I'm going to be doing are the Javana teas. Okay, I'm going to be doing this on tea, and as an experiment, I'll be making the teas every 3 or 4 days, and I'll be doing the at Javana we have the Heavens 11. Which is you take the Javana tea and then you add the 11 other formulas to it, and it has them all. It has the kidneys, it has the lymph, it has the adrenals, it has the endocrine gland formulas, it has the GI boost, which is basically a tea form of the GI broom, sort of in that they're GI tract herbs, and so making a tea out of that. It has the parathyroid boost for the bones and the joints. It has circulation. It has, I think I mentioned adrenals. It has a hormone balancer and skin formula, liver, gallbladder, parasite, all the big ones. And I'll be doing the teas, and I will be doing the plasma pudding. Absolutely, that's part of the master fast, of course. And I will be doing the dry fasting, and following the master fast. And on the 44-day one I did the GI Broom powder. And the idea is, you guys, is we want to do either teas or tinctures as our herbs, because we don't want to turn on digestion. Okay, and the GI Broom powder, Gino argues that that's going to turn on digestion. So no powders and no capsules. Okay, only the liquids, because they absorb and they don't turn on digestion. Okay, so Blue Bunny, hey, this is Brandon. I'll bet you there's a sale at some Sprouts farmers markets on the R.W. Knudsen pasteurized organic grape juice in glass right now. It's $4.50, I believe, which is almost half off. That is a great tip, Brandon. Okay, now Dr. Morse said in one of his videos that if there is a pasteurized juice that he likes the R.W. Knudsen grape juice, 100% organic grape juice in a glass jar. And that's great. That's only about 50 or 60 cents more than Trader Joe's. And that's supposed to be a very high quality brand. That's a great tip. So I'm probably going to go buy a couple cases of that for my fast. That's excellent. Very good. Very good. Thank you. Great tip. That's why I love this group, you guys. Thank you so much for sharing that. Okay, be here. My father had a total thyroidectomy, lost his thyroid due to thyroid cancer, and had radioactive iodine. Now on 150 milligrams a day of synthetic thyroxine. I heard natural Armour thyroid is better. What are your thoughts on it? I heard that too. Yeah, the Armour thyroid is basically a thyroid glandular, and I'm always for nature versus chemicals, man-made chemicals, and all that. So the thing about the thyroid that I hear is that sometimes they'll leave a little piece of that thyroid, and the thyroid can regenerate quite a lot. So detoxification, some of the going after it with some of the thyroid herbs too, might help getting some thyroid function. I have a good friend of mine, and she had the thyroid cancer, had her thyroid removed, and uh, does not take anything and is still fine. And the doctors are really perplexed. So go figure. Um, I think she might be taking an iodine supplement. I'm not really sure, but she's not taking any Synthroid or anything like that. So, and her thyroid function is fine. It's just blowing the doctor's mind. So I'm guessing they left part of it, and she was able to regenerate something in there. Okay. So yeah, the Armour I hear is better from people I've communicated with. Yeah. Rosaline, is there something called lymphatic floaters in urine? Absolutely. Yeah, a lot of people call them stringers, and that is filtration. That is filtration, Rosaline. When you see any kind of white stuff floating in your urine, that is lymphatic waste. Okay, so yeah, definitely. We got Ronnie. Ronnie on base. All right. How does this compare to the ketogenic diet that is saving many people's lives? I'm not really familiar with that. If it's trying to kick the body into ketosis, I'm not a fan. I did that with the Atkins diet, where you basically restrict everything but protein, and you get the body actually burning its own fat stores for energy and all that stuff. It did a lot of damage to my kidneys, but I should know more about this ketogenic diet, but I just don't. Maybe if somebody can help me out and give me the basics of it, and I can kind of back engineer and tell you how I feel about it. But if it is trying to get the body into ketosis, I'm not a fan. Okay. Um, Serena. Hi, Mark and Betsy. She's so passed out right now. She's so tired. And everyone, on day 6 of the Master Fast, thanks to you, Mark. Oh, good. All right. I'm so happy to be doing this. I've seen crazy things coming out of you. I know, man. Haven't slowed down, too, to my surprise. Thank you. Yeah, it's amazing. You get energy, guys. And yeah, I heard Gino's call from the other night, and someone chimed in and said that they were getting mucoid plaque out on day 1. That means the bowels opened up and started releasing this toxic, black, disgusting sludge on day 1. It took me 8 days. It takes some people 60, 65 days to get it going, but on day 1. So it's amazing. Absolutely. Well, good. I'm glad. Yeah, it is amazing the amount of energy you have and how little of nutrition that you're taking in. Um, I don't know how that works, so it's pretty amazing. Um, Let me skip ahead and hopefully we're not having any issues. because I just see, I'm just getting a weird signal here. I think we're good though. I'm going to proceed on like everything is good here. Be here. Concerned that radiation might cause issues in the future. Yes, absolutely. He is not interested in detoxing. Most he can do is a one fruit meal a day and other cooked meals. Does herbs help with this kind of diet? Here's the thing. Okay, there's a couple questions in here. This is a very good question set here. Okay, so what I tell people that are having a hard time with this, just give me fruit till noon. Okay, just give me fruit till noon. That means when the body in the morning is in its cleansing mode, you're washing and you're dissolving mucus with fruit. Okay, so and if you can do some herbs during that process too, um, an herbal tea. Some people don't mind an herbal tea. I added some lavender flowers to the Javana Detox All tea. That's a wonderful tea to combine with the fruit, and it's not bad tasting. And so if you can do that until noon, uh, man, he's doing really really well. And then if you convince him, just hey, have a nice salad for lunch, okay? Have yourself a nice salad or a big fruit bowl for lunch, okay? And then let him do whatever he wants in the evening, but just keep talking to him about how cooked grains and dairy, especially dairy, clogs up your lymph system and your sewer system, and it makes it harder to heal. And if he has to have a small piece of meat, fine. So yeah, just work in baby steps. But most people can do fruit till noon because almost instantly they realize just how great you feel when you're not putting a bunch of sludge in the body right off the bat. I mean, go in and have a big omelet with home fries and toast and butter and all that stuff. It just slows you down, and it sounds good in the morning when it's cold, and it feels good when you're eating it. But when I used to eat that stuff, man, half hour later, it's like, why the hell did I eat that? So you just hit the wall, it seems. Even when I was young, I'd hit the wall. So, okay. Um, so yeah, and herbs work best when you're doing a lot of fruit juice and fruit. They don't work so good when you're just eating a bunch of gunk. Okay, you're throwing your money away, really. I think. Okay, so Brandon, Blue Bunny, I've been reading the GoFundMe.com cancer fundraisers lately, and it's pretty daunting the amount of kids with it. I know it's horrible, and the horrendous medical savagery. Absolutely, it would be nice to start a task force to reach them. Yeah, it's hard. It's really, really hard. And then you have the social services people that will actually take your children if you try to go a more natural route. It's really sad. It really, truly is. And, you know, guys and gals, the you pass on to your children the state you are genetically um, at the time of conception. In other words, if you want to have kids, start detoxing, get the body clean, both the man and woman. Get the body clean, start moving that lymph, get those adrenals back up. Get on those herbs, clean out the gunk out of the machine, and the state of the health at conception is going to be passed to that child, especially the GI tract, especially the lymphatic system. Mom's lymph system is the baby's lymph system while that baby is in the womb. So if it's acidic and toxic, it's just gonna gunk up everything. That kid is not gonna have a chance coming out. There's so many children. Dr. Morse talks about like 50 years ago, if a kid had cancer, doctors would fly out and see the kid. It was such a rare thing. It was like seeing a unicorn, and now it's just rampant. So it's getting worse and worse and worse, you guys. Okay, and yeah, and the baby formulas are full of high fructose corn syrup and fluoride, and the vaccines are full of mercury. I mean, it's tough. It's really tough. The boys have a weaker immune system too. The boys get hit harder with the autisms and all that. So we got to raise the consciousness. We're doing well though. We're kicking into a higher gear for sure with movies like Vaxxed and all that. So Yeah, and that whole cancer series by what was his name? I can't remember it offhand, but that cancer series that was put on. I'm thinking a guy named Trey, but it'll come to me. But that was really good. So there's a lot of good awareness coming out, guys. But we got a lot of work to do. Okay. Um, be the example. Be the beacon of light. Okay. Detox yourself. Get into these high energetic levels, and people will gravitate towards you and listen to you more and more. There'll always be people that will never listen. Well, not never, but they're not ready quite yet. So, okay. I just want to be healed already. Ryan, okay. Ryan wants to be healed already. Yeah, I don't know what you're going through, Ryan, but I wish you healing coming into you ASAP. Am I raw vegan? I am mostly raw vegan. That is my go-to diet for sure. I'm not detoxing right now, so I do have my cheats. Um, uh, but I feel the best when I'm raw vegan. Today I was 95% raw vegan. I had a little bit of rice tortilla um, that I spread avocado on. Little thin rice tortilla I get at Trader Joe's. So I'm probably 95% today. I do have to say that yesterday I went for lunch. I went with a little group, and we went and had Chinese food. And almost instantly, I mean, it was almost unedible for me. It was. I got a hot and sour soup. I figured that would probably be the least, probably bring some circulation and all that kind of stuff. But it was so salty, and I tasted MSG, I think, so I stopped eating it immediately. And then I had I had a little bit of fried rice and all that. But I gotta say, all day today, I felt I didn't feel right, and I immediately this morning I was just doing lemons and grape juice, just trying to just flush this stuff out. And I did orange juice too, um, just trying to flush this stuff out. Um, and was juice, just juice all morning long. And yeah, just awful. So I feel the best when I'm raw vegan, and uh, yeah, it's amazing. It really truly is. And one of the bad things, you guys, once you get your body really cleaned out, it's really hard to have these meals, these cheat foods. It really can hurt you. And I'm having a real hard time with restaurants because I really never know how I'm going to feel if I have some of their food, and mostly I don't feel good. I would say most of the time I do not feel good, even if I'm thinking I'm eating something pretty bland and innocuous. So that's just one of the problems. I mean, you don't have those layers of protection. Sometimes gunk is a good layer of protection for you. So you start to pull that apart, and your body just craves, fresh, fruits and vegetables, and that's when you're going to feel the best. But this is a planet. It's a planet of we have so many great things to experiment with, and taste is such an amazing thing. So I know I'm looking. I really don't eat for hunger because I'm really not hungry. I think one of the side effects of the master fast is I lost a lot of my cravings for food, as hunger, feeding hunger. And but my palate is very curious, so that's what leads me to eat things I probably shouldn't be eating. But uh, but I try to keep it small, and I'm getting better and better at it as far as knowing which things are going to kick my butt and which aren't. So cooked tomatoes, no bueno. Cooked tomatoes are so acidic, you guys. But you'll learn your path. MSG, avoid at all costs. Really bad. I felt puffy. I felt my brain was puffy, brain foggy. I tasted it immediately in that stuff, and I only had a couple of bites, and it really kicked my butt. So, all right. So there we go. But yeah, Ryan, whatever you're dealing with, tell us. Healing needs to come your way. I can see that. So we'll give you some tips on how to get you on the path. Okay. We've got Gold Pro. Hi, Mark. What would you recommend for nerve pain down the arms into the hands? Been eating mostly fruit for a year and taking 9 herbal formulas and not filtering. Okay, so nerve pain is you know you've got acidosis that's chewing away at some nerves. Okay, so you got to get filtration. Learn about filtration. Dry fasting is really helping getting those kidneys open. Okay, and filtering that acids and toxins out of the lymph. As far as your nerve pain, um, okay. So again, let's go ahead and get you on a foundation of the 4 basic essential herbs. Kidney herbs to get the kidneys filtering. Of course, the adrenals. Pump up those adrenals. Probably, I don't know, you may have high blood pressure. I don't know. Pump up those adrenals. Get those adrenals working. Get the other glands working. Get the GI tract cleared out, and get some lymphatic herbs to move lymph. Now, as far as the nerve pain, Dr. Morse has a brain and nerve formula that can help you. Circulation formulas can help. Massage in the arms. Hot and cold packs in those areas, castor oil packs can help. Just think about moving lymph. When you're moving lymph, you're moving acids, okay? And just visualize that, and that's really the way to do it. You may have some pinching going on in areas. Maybe a chiropractor can help, because the spine controls a lot of this too. Get yourself in good alignment. That can help a lot. Um, um, so that's it. Yeah, think about hitting the general and then specific areas, and then getting on high fruits so lymph does move. Um, Removing the obstructions. When we're young and we're basically acid free, if we're lucky to pick parents that were that weren't too acidic. We don't have these things. As we get older, we accumulate these toxins and acids. We just accumulate. If we don't eliminate, we accumulate. So that's all it is. That's all that aging is the accumulation of all this stuff. So we don't need to do it. And the good news is we can get smart, and we can remove the obstructions. It's never too late, you guys. I don't care if you're 85, 90 years old. It's never too late to start removing these obstructions. Okay? Never too young to do it either. Okay? So there you go, Gold Pro. Good luck with that. Okay? Get a hold of me if you need some help. I'm sure I missed a few things. When I have all my protocols in front of me, I pick up other things too. So I'm just kind of shooting from the hip here, you guys, and I'm getting the basics, but there's nuances too we can do. All right. All right. So vegan Marcella and more. I use Everclear for tinctures. Yeah, that's strong stuff. That's almost pure, 190 proof. That way I can dilute to the product less diluted for woody materials, 80 proof vodka equivalent for regular stuff. Yeah, that's what the herbalists do. They'll use a pure organic grape alcohol. Is supposed to be really good, and then just dilute it with distilled water. So 190 proof, 200 proof is pure alcohol. 190 is almost pure alcohol. If you dilute it with half of distilled water, now you have 100 proof alcohol. Okay, which is great. Most of the vodkas are 80 proof. All right, which is fine also. All right, so good. You got a high quality alcohol. You're doing good. Glad you're here. Thanks for sharing that. We cannot in California. We cannot get 190, but you can, I guess, drive over to Nevada and get it. But you can. I forget the name of it, but you can order the pure grape alcohol online, and they will ship it to you. It's expensive, but when you figure in cutting it 50% or 60% and all that, and the purity of it, it's probably a very good investment. So Blue Bunny, sorry, are you against whole grains for dogs? Yeah, I am. They're just acidic. And you'll see a lot of formulas taking it out. They're acidic and they're mucus forming. I agree. Meat and grains together have a bad mix. What's your opinion on vegan dogs? I've been trying to get Bitsy to go vegan. She just she won't do it. I gotta mix a little bit of hamburger in there for her. I try to keep it real small. I actually measure it out, keep it real small, just to get her to really want to do it. It's my fault. I did it in the beginning, and I probably should have never done it. My dog is vegan, and I'm still exploring a better diet for him. Yeah, I'm not so much of an expert on it, but I would say that yeah, some dogs thrive on it. Hopefully, I can keep titrating Bitsy off of that and get her 100% vegan. But there are websites that have a lot more on that, Brandon. But good you're going down that path. That can only be good for dogs, really. They're omnivores. Um, Most people feed their dog way too much protein. Their kidneys block up. Same with cats. Um, I put a couple drops of a kidney tincture in the water for Bitsy and Stella, and a little bit of antiparasite too. Um, they don't seem to mind. So yeah, it just keeps the kidneys open and flowing. Kimba, hello, Mark. Thank you so much for what you do. Thank you for what you do, just being here. Thank you. I'm blessed by your knowledge. Oh, well, thank you. I was diagnosed with a degenerative bone disease at 22 years old, 26 years ago. Have had several back surgeries, diagnosed with lupus. So, is Stella blocking us? Oh my gosh. Oh, hold on. I'm going to do a refresh of the screen here. Hopefully I don't lose you. Um, okay, here we go. Oh, I'm sorry. I lost the way here. Okay, I'm going to talk as I try to find you again. Kimba. Okay, hold on. I'm finding you. All right. So with the bone disease, okay? Degeneration. Okay, so not knowing what they're calling it. Okay, what happens is when you become acidic, when you have weak adrenals, you're eating an acidic diet, and your glands start to back up. The acids start taking over. The body does not want to burn. Okay, like I said, it goes to the adrenals for adrenal steroids. It doesn't have enough of those. It goes for cholesterol. It also goes and steals calcium because calcium is a great antacid. So by stealing calcium from the bones start to degenerate. All right. How to fix that? You start eating an alkalizing diet, and you do the 4-way detox. You get everything moving and flowing again, and you go after that parathyroid to get more calcium utilization. Okay. And then the bones can start to regenerate. This is called regenerative detoxification, you guys. It's about the regeneration of the body. All the cells can regenerate, all of them. Okay, so that's where we're at. Lupus is nothing but systemic acidosis. It's the same thing as rheumatoid arthritis, in my view. Same thing as fibromyalgia. It's all systemic, which means all over the body acidosis. So you're fighting acids. You have an acidic body that's robbing you. It's robbing your calcium. Okay. So Kimba also says had fibromyalgia. See, it's all the same. You're just getting different names for different things. Okay, is what's happening. In 2005, and stage 2 stomach cancer 3 years ago. More acidosis. Okay. The so-called cancer is acid damage at the cellular level. When the cells get damaged intercellularly, the DNA gets messed up, and now you have a mutation, and they start replicating as mutated cells. So it's just a mess. Went through Gerson therapy and used cannabis oil. I'm recovered according to the diagnostics. Fabulous. I have been a vegan since 2008. Fantastic news. Good for you. Yeah, some people can, they don't need the really high levels of fruit. They can recover on the vegetable juices with that protocol. Okay, it's really good news. Congratulations. but some people need the highest high levels of the fruit in the master fast. Okay, be here. Can we raise kids only on fruits once they stopped breastfeeding? I think Dr. Morse's grandkid is high fruit, and he's just supposed to just be incredible. He's really super smart, super energetic, just running circles around everybody. So um, I would say, I would say it depends on the fruits that you're. Hopefully, you're getting some really darn good fruits. We're fruitarians, so 100% fruit in today's world. I don't know. I'd probably throw in some salads and some herbs too. um, just saying. Um, once they stop breastfeeding, yeah. Kids thrive on fruit. They really do. Fruit juices, absolutely. And Dr. Morse talks about the breastfeeding window just not being all that long. I think he was saying 3 to 6 months or something. And are you aware of anybody growing their kids like? Yeah, Dr. Morse. He's got videos on it. Maybe go over to rawfigs.com and listen to some of those. But the fruit babies really thrive. They love it. And the fruit turns on the brain. The energetics, the body's just super energized, and it's all good. um yeah, there's some fruit babies out there. That's the new generation. um what do the kids look like? Yeah, Dr. Morse says his grandkids is huge. He's just a thriving kid. I don't know how old he is now. Maybe other people in the group know, but yeah, he always talked about just how great the kid's doing. Rosaline, thanks for the info on tinctures and the weight. Yeah, and the GI broom, ugh, taste. Yeah, terrible taste. Ugh. Someone posted that the capsules interfere with kidney filtration. No, I wouldn't think so. The vegetarian capsules just dissolve almost instantly. In fact, if you hold them in your mouth too long, they start to dissolve on you. So I wouldn't think that. Get the vegan capsule, you guys. Just to be sure. Okay. Um, Yeah, don't know about that, but hey, I learned something new. If show me the study on that, I'd like to know that. Gelatin, regular gelatin caps. Gelatin is an animal product, of course. So I think it's the ground up bones or marrow or something. Kimba, I work about 100 hours a week. Wow, and have a tremendous amount of stress in my life. Is there a chance dry fasting will help my underlying issues that are causing all of these diseases? I don't know if it's going to help your 100-hour work week. um, I had look, yeah, the dry fasting, anything that gets kidney filtration is going to help with all issues. Okay, it's the key. It's the master key. It's the door that needs to open before anything can happen. So the answer is yes. Okay. Um, the stress is unfortunately compromising your adrenal glands and their ability to properly make steroids to fight acids and to control those kidneys. So I would say that you've got to figure out a way to get rid of that stress. And I think a 100-hour work week is huge. But yeah, I'd have to talk to you more about that, Kimbo. You got to reach a balance. So you did some great healing work. You're probably a very, very tough person. It sounds like to me. You have this amazing constitution, is what I would be guessing at this point. I dry fasted for 10 days, ending last week because I had no mental cognition to focus on work. I used a 4-hour wet window and did colonics rather than enemas, and protocol daily as directed. Yeah, very good. So I'm assuming that you did 10 days of 20-hour a day dry fasting in colonics. You're tough because when I dry fast, I get very lethargic. I'm not very experienced though at it, I must say. But some people, they say, yeah, as you dry fast more, you don't get as lethargic and you can operate almost on a full schedule. I'm feeling better and started the dry fast system again yesterday. I opened my wet window to 6 hours in hopes that I can still function at work while dry fasting. Yeah, find your window. I know on the Pure Master Fast, drinking as much juice as I wanted, I tons of energy. even though I might have been dry fasting, 14 to 16 hours a night. But on my full dry fast days, 24 to 36 hours, I rested. I didn't do a lot of heavy duty stuff. So Kimba also says, I'm sorry, this is so long, but I really want to be successful. So I thought a little background information would be helpful. Are you available to read my eyes? And if so, how much do you charge? I think right now it's $79 to read your eyes. Okay, and tell you what's going on. And I think it's $79 right now. I do sales once in a while. But yeah, $79 right now. Again, thank you so much for your time, support, and wisdom. Thank you, Kimba, for that. I would actually want to direct you to the MasterFast board on Facebook. Okay, their group. They're going to be better to answer these questions because these people deal strictly in that MasterFast system. Okay, hey guys, any real MasterFast questions? Take it over there. Gino has asked me to direct you over there because they're keeping up with it. Gino and his administrators, they meet all the time and they have the most up-to-date information. Okay, so yeah, direct those over there and you're going to get the latest and greatest 24/7. There's admins over at those boards, you guys, to help you out. Amazing group of people really helping this planet. And yeah, I'm going to honor Gino's wish to not delve too deeply in those MasterFast questions. But I can just give you my perspective, what I went through. Little old me doing only just a lousy 44 days. I mean, there's people doing 200 days. I was just crazy. But 44 days is pretty significant, I must say. But yeah, 108 is my next goal. Okay, so Kimba, again, thank you so much for your time and support. Yeah, you bet, absolutely. I think I just read that, didn't I? Sorry. Valora, yarrow pulls out radiation. Okay, all right, good. Yeah, any of the lymphatic herbs will pull it. Any of the chaparrals and the plantains and the white oak barks and all that kind of stuff will pull it. Ashley, I'm not ready to go raw just yet. Would it still be beneficial to take Dr. Morse's herbs and tea while eating cooked food? Thank you. Not as beneficial. Not as beneficial. But we're all at different levels. I mean, do what you can. Do what you can, you guys. Just try to look, we all dry fast every night. The minute you go to sleep, you're not eating or drinking. So we all dry fast every night, and we all eat raw food. If you eat a salad, you're eating raw. If you have a piece of fruit, you're eating raw. So you're probably not ready to go high raw, but you can keep upping the percentage slowly, and just keep pushing it, and you'll get there. Okay. Fruits, berries, and melons. Harris Teeter has a sale on their organic grape juice right now, $3.50 for 64 ounces. That's 2 quarts for organic. We don't have a Harris Teeter out here. I don't know where you're at. Let us know what state or city you're at. But that is a fantastic deal. That's amazing. Brandon, I'm reading a book called Lymph Buster at lymphbuster.com for free. So far, it's an excellent textbook on the nature of disease and health in the same vein as Dr. Morse's Detox Miracle Sourcebook. Good call there, Brandon. Lymphbuster.com for free. You can read a book. Lymphbuster.com. Great. Okay. Holy cow! I hit the jackpot. Lymphatic floaters from Rosaline. Okay, get those floaters out, you guys. Yeah, you can even take a few drops of a lymphatic tincture. That's what I do. Lymphatic tincture in some distilled water, and just use an eye cup, and you can feel it pulling on those eyeballs and moving lymph in those eyeballs. My dad had a macular degeneration, and so there's a genetic weakness there. So yeah, I move lymph up in my head, and I do that. I work on the eyes once in a while too. So Charis going for Serena. I'm on day 6 too. All right, good. Ashley, what does it cost each week on average to eat a fruit-based detox diet? That's up to you. It depends where you live. I know out here in Ventura County, I can get a big, gigantic crate of oranges for $12, and that just makes days and days and days of fresh orange juice. Um, it all depends, where you're at. Fruit can be expensive if you don't do it right, for sure. But just do the best you can. That's just a really, really open-ended question. But do the best you can. Okay. Certainly, if you subscribe to the fact that pasteurized grape juice is a good thing, your food costs go way down. Grape juice and lemons is super cheap, but it all depends where you're at, what you feel is the best. Okay, there's different ideas on that. Facilitate 300. What are edemas? Edemas. Can you please explain what they are and how to use them? Gino says they're a must for bowel movements. Every day I should do. Oh, they're enemas. Enemas. Basically, you're irrigating the bowels with water. Yeah, just look up enema bag. You can buy them on Amazon.com. It's just what it does when you put water up there. It actually stimulates the bowels to move, and it cleanses the bowels. Okay, and it really helps, guys, when you're detoxing at a high level, like on the master fast. Um, you're getting rid of so many toxins that you need to move those bowels a lot during the day, and it really helps with the headaches and the emotional detoxes. All kinds of things get helped when you do the enemas. Okay, so they really are a part of the master fast protocol. Okay, so Tammy, Chris Wark, cancer. Chris Wark is the cancer series guy. I was thinking of another guy's name. Oh man. Oh man. I picture his face. I can't remember. That wasn't it though. But him and his wife, and it starts with a T. It starts with a T. Um, but it's a great cancer series. It's on YouTube for free. The fruit and vegetableist. Why is Robert Morse so against enzymes? Um, well, he loves the natural enzymes in the fruit, but he doesn't want you to, if you start taking a bunch of enzymes, digestive enzymes, the pancreas gets lazy. The body starts shutting down. It says, why do I need to make these? I got all I want. So you want the body to do the work. You want to reestablish the strength in those glands and not support it too much. The same with the glandulars, you guys. You don't want to take more than a bottle or two of glandulars just to kickstart those glands, but the glands can become dependent on it, and you don't want that. Luke Corona promotes them because food is so depleted from enzymes and minerals, it would make sense to take them. Lou looks great. Lou's probably 65 years old now. He looks like he's 40. Man, it's hard to deny that Lou's doing something not so good. It's working for him. Um, I don't take them. A lot of those enzymes have got lactobacillus, which is for if you're eating dairy, which we're not doing, hopefully. So, uh, I would say that if you're having trouble with digestion, watch your food combinations. Go after the pancreas. Hit the pancreas with a glandular if you want, and some herbs, and kickstart that pancreas. Get the body detoxing, get the mucus out of the glands, and you probably won't need those. Okay. So Brandon, I sometimes wonder whether mucus or acids from foods are more. What is that? LOBL? I sometimes wonder whether mucus or acid from foods are more. I don't know what that means. TOBL. Okay, sorry. I can't read that. Whatever that means. Maybe clear that up, Brandon. I'll answer your question. Okay. Um, yeah. I mean, I'm gonna kind of guess what you're saying here. Um, when you eat acidic foods, um, the body's reaction is to form more mucus to protect the body, and that just clogs things up even more. They're a big problem for sure. Um, So Serena says, Chris, really, yay, cheers. Okay. So Blue Bunny, to blame for clogged lymph. Yeah, no, the diet is really the blame. The diet is really the blame. We've come off our standard diet. We're eating a bunch of crap that gunks up our lymph system. So it is the blame for it. Okay? It's all based around what we put in the body for sure. Brooke Graves, do you mean Dr. Andrew Wakefield? Thank you for remembering our children. Yeah, Dr. Andrew Wakefield, I believe, is the whistleblower in the Vaxxed documentary that blew the lid off of the Centers for Disease Control, trying to suppress information that the vaccines are linked to autism, the MMR linked to autism. So that's Andrew Wakefield, I believe. The fruit and vegetable list. Why do I filter 4 days out of the week, even when I monofruit with lymph busting fruits? Can't find organic grapes. It's a bummer. Why do I filter 4 days out of the week? That's great. When I monofruit, so you're eating one fruit at a time with lymph busting fruit. Well, you're just moving lymph. You're doing good. And you can't find organic grapes. It's a bummer. Yeah, hard to find, aren't they? What I do, if I have to buy non-organic, I get a bowl and I rinse with the tap water, and then I have an ozone generator. I got off eBay for like $80, and I just ozonate the crap out of it. I throw some some white vinegar in there, and because we need a little help to dissolve some of the oils of the pesticides. And I just do that. I ozonate and do the white vinegar, and just give them a good shake. Do the best you can, guys. It's hard to get organic grapes for sure. I would love some. This is Mary Gossard. She would love some insight on her Crohn. Okay, so-called Crohn's disease is what? It's acidosis again. It's all acidosis, you guys. So you've got the GI tract all blocked up. You're not moving lymph in the bowel wall because it's acidic there. It's inflamed. Inflammation is the body protecting itself with mucus. So now you're all gunked up. You're acidic. It's starting to destroy bowel tissues. Acids destroy, guys and gals. You're eating away. You're chewing away at the bowel wall. The acids are chewing. The lymph needs to move. Okay. So how do you do that? Fab4 again. Get the kidneys filtering, get the glands up, get some GI tract herbs in there, and get some lymph, especially some lymph moving herbs that target the GI tract, like the GI broom, because it's going to start pulling on the bowel wall. The astringency of the herbs is going to start pulling toxins out of your bowel wall. You want to remove the mucoid plaque too. And I gotta say, I've done many bags of the GI broom. I haven't been able to get mucoid plaque moving myself, but I got it moving on day 8 on the master fast. So that combination of psyllium pudding, the GI broom, and that grape and lemon juice and the herbal protocol really got me going. So when you can remove that mucoid plaque off the bowel wall too, which traps acids and toxins against that bowel wall, then the herbs can work better in removing and getting that lymph flowing again in those bowel tissues. Because this IBS, Crohn's, all this stuff, it's just nothing but acids chewing away, and it's really, really not good. They start getting bowel resections. They clip out parts of the bowel. It can turn to the big C when it starts damaging the cells individually and they start mutating. So want to take care of that, Mary. Okay? I was in the ER Saturday night after 1.5 years on raw and Dr. Morse's herbs. So you were in the ER for what? Were you having a bowel attack? Tell me what you were in the ER for, okay? If it was for pain, for pain, there's herbs like slippery elm and marshmallow root that really help soothe those bowel tissues, okay? So fruit and veg, at least 30 days on fruit and green juice. Congratulations. Good. I look like the mechanical machinist right now in my face. Sometimes when you get on the high fruit and you really start moving lymph, you go backwards before you go forwards. A lot of people really kick up acne and all that kind of stuff. You're just moving lymph. You're moving acids out. The body's reacting. Hopefully you'll move past that. But sometimes it's a sign that you are moving a lot of lymph. You can always back off, you guys. Back off and go back down to green juices and salads. Back off of the herbs if you're moving too fast. If it's too uncomfortable, back off a little bit. Don't have to be a hero, okay? Mary, I had an extreme pain, and doctor in the ER said I have an inflamed ileum, the part of the small intestine that goes to the large intestine. It was I was vomiting and in extreme pain. Yeah, have some of that marshmallow root and slippery elm around, aloe too. To make a tea to help soothe those tissues. Okay, that's really, really painful. I'm sure. I'm really sorry. Do you think it could be a healing crisis? Yeah, sometimes as you're exposing more and more acids through detoxification, it can stir up a hellstorm. I think you always want to have those herbs on hand as emergency if you start to feel that pain, to soothe those tissues. Okay. Yeah, definitely. Okay. Mary, yeah, that's definitely some kind of a healing thing, I would imagine. I tried to post earlier, but was not able to enable the chat feature till now. Sorry, and thank you. Thank you, Mary, for chiming in, and God bless you. And yeah, please start, get those herbs. They're pretty much available at any herb store. You want to soothe those bowel tissues, okay? And those are actually very soothing herbs too. I don't know did you say you were doing the GI Brim? I think you did. Those have those in it too to help soothe, but keep working it, okay? Keep detoxing, but please, have those emergency herbs standing by to help you, okay? ER doc said I should eat soft cooked, easier to digest foods. Well, doctors aren't really trained in any kind of nutrition, unfortunately. So I would say that you want to have the soothing, cooling foods. Like a cucumber juice would actually be very, very nice and cooling. During those episodes when you feel it coming on, citruses are probably a bit too aggressive for you. But bananas and maybe some celery juice and some cucumber juice might be really, really good for you at that point. It's the cooling ones, okay? Margie, going along with your thoughts on rest, I have the same sentiments, Mark. Okay, good. Yeah, rest is a very important part of detoxification too. The body needs to heal. What do animals do when they get sick? They don't eat, they don't drink, they just rest. Healing comes in. Okay. Brooke, I would say for a cheat on Chinese food, maybe something like P.F. Chang. At least they have brown rice and veggies, like the green bean side dish. I haven't been there for years now. Yeah, as long as they're not using the MSG. I don't think they do over there. I'm not really sure. But that hot and sour soup was just full of MSG. It was a local little place, and sometimes we get in a group and we just go and we're having so much fun talking and all that, and we just figure, oh, try this little thing out and all that, and if we're really super clean, we can get hurt. So I'm starting to think that I'm going to stick to my more reliable cheats, but I was out of town, so I didn't know. So I learned fast though. Brooke, I just happen to have some extra lavender flowers, like a pretty big bag of it. Maybe I should add more to the detox tea. Yeah, play with it. Get a nice little flavor there. They're just they have a nice flavor. All right, fruit and vegetable list. what amount of the organic grapes? Why aren't there organic grapes anywhere in Southern California, Orange County? I would say that probably they probably just get hit by something that just ruins them, so they have to be sprayed. Um, that'd be my guess. It's just some of these things, the animals or the funguses just love them too much, and the insects love them too much. They have to be sprayed. That would be my guess. It's hard to find them. It really truly is. True natural healing. Hi, Mark. Good to see you. Good to see you. Day 40 of Master Fast. Excellent. Reaching my goal. Had frequent healing episodes in the transverse colon, epigastric area, along with much more. Grapes and lemons candy. Good. Well, we all have a lot of work to do in that transverse colon. That's where most of the cancers are too. It's just one of those areas that needs a lot of work. So, if you had a lot of healing episodes, you probably had a lot of pain in there too. Slippery elm marshmallow tea, absolutely, absolutely. Blue Bunny, I have to admit, my dog loves the faux chicken and hot dogs. Yeah, they love their proteins. They really truly do. My gosh. I got a little thing going on here. Oh, hold on. Hold on, I'm losing everybody here. Okay, we're back. Okay, so Brooke, maybe Mother's Market in Costa Mesa or Santa Ana has organic grapes, since you are in the OC. I'm in Ventura County, probably about 100 miles north of you guys, 150 miles. Sprouts Market, Whole Foods in Irvine, Trader Joe's has the organic grape juice. They sure do. A little under $3, $4 a gallon. I'm sorry, a quart at Trader Joe's. Mark Martin, yes, Ann Osborne raised her kids on fruits since birth. Wonderful. Yeah, they thrive on it. The fruit and vegetalist, does Dr. Morse superfood blend? Is that good for malabsorption? Just ordered some. It's good for malabsorption in the way that it has a lot of nutrition to get through. Basically, if you're malabsorbed, you're not getting a lot of the nutrition is not making its way to you. So by pounding a lot of super nutrition, you're going to get some more. So people that are thin, I like to put them on the superfood blend along with detoxification, ordered so they can keep weight coming on and not lose too much during detox, and maybe gain a little bit. So yeah, in that sense, yes. So Gold Pro, thanks Mark. Yes, doing Dr. Morse's herbs, dry fasting up to 36 hours on the weekends, fantastic. And doing the psyllium pudding. Master Fast is next, I guess. You're almost there. You're almost there. Make sure you're doing the tinctures, and you're almost there. Okay, good for you. So Blue Bunny, I think it was Ted Carr who believes coconut water is a good mineral supplement in place of greens. I thought that was interesting. Coconuts are amazing. They really are amazing. I'm not surprised that they would be very, very high in minerals. You got to remember that coconut has everything it needs to grow a gigantic coconut tree. Owen Fox, grounded spiritually and healthy living shared. Thank you, Owen. Thank you, Owen Fox. Very good. Yes. Healthy living shared and spiritually grounded. Excellent. That's one of the great side effects of eating a very high fruit raw lifestyle. Yes. Brooke, Mark, please, did you see the Master Fast? Gino has a recent post saying that it's better to stop using terms alkaline and acid, but instead balance or imbalance. I didn't see that. Yeah, Gino has his own take on certain things. I still love the acid alkaline. I really do. You could say base or substitute base for alkaline. Um, balance it. He's right. Yeah, balance imbalance. I particularly like the acid alkaline myself, but yeah, Gino has his own take. He looks at the lymphatic system a little bit different. But all in all, we're getting to the same place. Like I say, Dr. Morse is almost completely on board with Master Fast, except for he's not a fan of the pasteurized, and he's thinks it's a very high level of detoxification, to be very careful and not just so broadly tell everybody to jump on. Do your due diligence, you guys. This is serious business. It really, truly is. And it is high level, so be careful. Okay. The fruit and vegetable list, 12 hours dry fast seems to work for me. Works for me too. Anybody can do it. Pretty much anybody can do that. Gives everything a break, and it's wonderful. It's this is a lifestyle you can continue for the rest of your life. It's just good to know. I mean, I see people eating so late at night, eating huge meals late at night, and you're just not going to be rested in the morning, and you're just not going to be doing the body a service at all. So Owen, grounded spiritually and healthy living, do 12 to 14-hour dry fasting usually. All about how often I ejaculate. Oh, I haven't heard that correlation. That's interesting. All right, so Kimba, yes. I don't know if that's in reference to. Okay, fruit and vegetables. How many days of filtration will help get rid of chronic pain? What kind of chronic pain are you talking about? Let's dig into this a little deeper here, okay? Silly bones. Are cooked plantains mucus forming? Don't know about that. Usually cooked food is mucus forming, but pasteurized juice isn't. So go figure. Yeah, don't know about that. I would say I think the plantains have to be cooked, don't they? But yeah, It's not a very detoxifying food, so yeah, I would just throw that into your. I'd throw that one into your cheat food column, possibly a good cheat food. Blue Bunny, I can see someone doing cherry juice one day, grape the next, blueberry the next, and still getting results on the Master Fast. Maybe that would make it easier to do. Gino does talk about the different juices do work. All those do work on the Master Fast. Keeping it interesting, yeah, maybe might make it interesting. It may make it easier to do. Silly Bones has been mixing pomegranate and blueberry juice and getting stuff out. Yeah, pomegranate's on the list. Blueberries are on the list for sure. Whatever gets you to get on that juice. Ty Bollinger, yes, absolutely. Ty Bollinger was the Truth About Cancer series. Thank you. It was right on the tip of my tongue. I knew it was a T, but yes, Ty Bollinger. Thank you. The Truth About Cancer, a great series, but I think only the first 2 of 10 or so parts are free on YouTube. It's available to watch free periodically, I think. Yeah, try to watch that, you guys. Really great. He really stuck his neck out on there too. I'm sure they're trying to threaten him and his family, I would imagine. Boy. Did anyone regrow their hair completely on a fruit diet? Don't know if they've done it completely on a fruit diet. I know as you move lymph up in the head area that you get more hydration and get the acids out of those follicles, and some hair does regrow and the hair loss stops. So yeah, I just I'm thankful to have still have a lot of hair at my old age. So, and I do a lot of detoxification to keep it. So hopefully I can keep it. Okay, so Charis, organic grapes on sale at Sprouts right now, $1.98 a pound, and Sprouts just opened up near me, so I'm going over there. That's great news. I know what juice I'm having this week. Fantastic. Be here. How pasteurized juices are cheaper than actual grapes? Does that mean the quality is compromised? I'm sure that they can take some of the less pretty grapes and get them cheaper because they're just juicing them. Some of the more just uglier grapes. So I imagine that's true. Absolutely. And then they can they do it from concentrate. So basically they can take all that and then get it down concentrated, makes it easier to ship. package, all that. So yeah, it's just cheaper. The quality, the proof is in the pudding, and the pasteurized grape juice really does deep cleaning, you guys. Fantastic healing, fantastic lymphatic moving, alkalization. It has it all, in my view. I mean, personally, I felt it. All right. So, Brandon, the first video will convince you about the evils of conventional cancer treatments. It sure does. I also recommended Pushed into Chemo by Dr. Robert Morse. ND Mark's. That's my video on the simplicity of cancer. It's a short little clip to give you the idea of how detoxification can. I don't call it cancer. It's just cell mutations, cell acidosis. Thank you for that, Brandon. I appreciate that. The intelligent view. Your mic is shorting out when you move your laptop around. Thank you very much. I'm going to limit that. What happened is Stella came over and put his big butt right next to my my microphone jack. So we're going to blame Stella for that one. Okay, but thank you for that. I appreciate that. Can you do the pudding when you are just doing an orange grape juice fast? I don't know the answer to that for sure, but I would say, that pudding is really good. It's psyllium husk, bentonite clay, and charcoal. I would do it. I'd play around with that and see how you do for sure. Yeah, because the juices are going to be moving things through, and the only thing I'd worry about is if you start really plugging up, because you're not moving it through. Okay. But for years, I would just go Trader Joe's and buy just raw psyllium and take that and mix it in juice, just to keep the bowels cleaned, and it's like a brush going through. So I would do it. Yeah. Blue Bunny, cooked tomatoes or raw milk. I believe the first is acidic and not mucus forming. The latter is mucus forming and alkaline. Well, I don't do any dairy. All dairy is mucus forming because the protein is a foreign protein to the body. The body hits it with, it tries to, protect itself. It treats it as a foreign protein and it's mucus forming. Cooked tomatoes are very, very acidic. Very acidic. I used to get a lot of heartburn after my pasta meals, and now I know why. So super acidic, okay? I'm getting a flickering here. Wow. Okay. So, wow, this is coming in and out, guys. I'm having a hard time seeing your questions, but I'm gonna scroll up and see. Okay. Okay, here we go. All right. Okay, so Jamie started tinctures on the 3rd. I want to do the fast on the 21st. Do you think the tinctures will be ready? I wrote to you on my Facebook. If you need a Reiki love, just let me know. Hey, send me all the Reiki love you can, please. I'm still healing from my dad's passing. So yeah, if you want to hit me with some Reiki love, I'll gladly accept it. Thank you. All right, so started tinctures on the 3rd. Yeah, some people they start their tinctures on the new moon and end on the full moon, which is 14 days. So yeah, you'll have a tincture. 30 days is what I usually recommend, just because that's what they recommend at some of the big herb sites. So, but you'll still have a tincture. Yeah. What I do is I just keep the herbs in the alcohol and pull what I need. Do some extra shaking if you're limited on time, just to make sure you get stuff going. Shake them more than you normally would. Pull out what you need into the tincture bottle. Leave the rest. Keep shaking it, and you'll be fine. Okay. Yeah, Reiki love, please. Thank you. Okay, so Brooke, when you refer to a floater, is that the same as what I've experienced? The micro blood bursts in the eyes? No, they're just kind of, like, they look like, for me, it looked like little worms floating by my eyes. That's what I think floaters are. And I think it's lymph waste, lymph stagnation in the eyes. Type 1 diabetic retina disease, or the names for the names medical doctors call them. Yeah, guys, it's all acidosis. Just move lymph up in the head. The eyes will drain, and try that. Try the lymphatic herbs, the Dr. Morse eye. I think it's called Healthy Eyes, and just use the eye wash. Okay, and that helps if you suspect any of that kind of stuff. Blue Bunny, cooked tomatoes don't give me heartburn unless I'm on a high protein diet. So acid upon acid, absolutely. Fruits, berries, and melons. I notice, Mark, you make a circulation tea. Yes, but it doesn't have cayenne pepper in it. Is that because it's a nightshade and cayenne is toxic? Or what are your thoughts here? The cayenne, the reason I left it out, my reasoning is that it's mucus forming. I would use cayenne in emergencies only myself, okay? Because it is mucus forming. Try it. Try taking a little cayenne pinch in your tea and watch it form mucus. So that was my reasoning there. I'm really focused on moving lymph, so I just figured that the cayenne, since it is mucus form, I was going to leave it out, even though it's a great circulation herb. And if you look at the teachings of Dr. Christopher, Dr. Schultz, they have saved many lives with a cayenne or the cayenne tincture. When somebody's going to heart attack, stroke, and all that, it really will get circulation moving, and he saved lives with it. So it's a great herb. It's a great emergency herb, is in my view. Okay, so that's my reasoning there. Margie, restaurants. I missed your thread there. Sorry. Blue Bunny, a good book resource on herbs besides the Detox Miracle Source book. Mark. Ah, that's a good question. The problem with the herb books that I have, they're reference books. But what I love about Dr. Morse is that he is approaching herbs for lymphatic detoxification and regeneration. So he's the go-to guy. He really is. He's uses some of Dr. Christopher. He was a big fan of Dr. Christopher, so his teachings are good. Dr. Schultz was a disciple of Dr. Christopher. I like what he has to say. A lot of the things too. Those three guys are really the go-to guys. Dr. Morse, number one, Dr. Christopher, and Schultz, Dr. Schultz. Okay. All right, Rosaline. If I'm not doing the master fast, should I just use the GI broom and psyllium pudding? Would that be too much to clean the GI system? I would say that you can get by with just the GI broom and don't have to do the psyllium pudding. Okay. Because the GI broom does have clay in it and activated charcoal. Okay. The fruit and vegetabilist on your how you move lymph vid. Why do you say eat raisins before bed? It was a trick that was getting filtration for some people. Raisins are just dried grapes, and you're not getting the fluids in because dry fasting is not taking in fluids. So it's a way to get the the pulling power of the grapes without the fluids. So it's worked for some people. Give it a try. Give that a try. Okay. I've been loving this is Ashley. I've been loving the addition of lavender flowers, red clover flowers, and blue violet herbs and fenugreek to move out mucus, calm my skin, and still kick out garbage. Interesting. Okay. Red clover flowers and blue violet. Okay, so those are okay. And the fenugreek. Yeah, the fenugreek I found is a very especially for the lungs, it really dissolves mucus and gets it real creamy. When I was going through some lung detox last year, that first cold snap, I think it was in October, I went through a real healing crisis in the lungs, and the fenugreek was dissolving that mucus and getting it real creamy, much like mucinex, but being an herb, it was much more preferable. So it does. It's a good thing. I don't know about the others, but good. Thank you for sharing that, Ashley. Silly Bones, how come I feel like my adrenals need green juice for minerals? Don't know. You may not be the adrenals utilize minerals. They're one of the biggest in utilizing minerals. So as those adrenals clear out, you're going to get more utilization. So possibly you're feeling you need to hit those with an extra amount of minerals until you get more utilization. Body's pretty smart. You sounds like you're very in tune with your body. I don't know if I buy the fact that we need no nutrition. Yeah, I don't know if I buy that fact either. I'm not there yet. I'm not there yet. I believe we don't need as much as we think once we get our glands cleared out and the utilization up to where it should be. But yeah, there are plenty of people living on just, hey, I was on 44 days with just that grape juice and lemons and the herbs, so not taking in this massive amount of food. But sometimes we equivalate food with nutrition, and they're not too coordinated, are they? Judging by what most people eat, they don't get a lot of nutrition. Rosaline, thank you for all the information, Mark. I've got so many questions, but becoming more educated as I go. I should be called your pain in the butt student. No, there's no dumb questions. Just because some of us have been doing this a long time, and now that when you're new to this, it's all new. So I respect that. And repetition is good, you guys. Sometimes it's on that 100th time you hear it that it clicks. So I don't mind repeating myself. And I don't mind, people repeating themselves like Dr. Morse. You just seem to get a little bit more and a little bit more each time. So yeah, if you're answering basic questions, it's great. I love it. I love it. As I'm teaching, I'm learning too. So you're not a pain in the butt. Keep them coming. Yeah, keep the easy questions coming too. Why not? Okay, so Brooke, Mary, and the slippery elm is very good. Even the aroma is attractive to me. Excellent. Yeah, it just makes this real sort of gelatinous quality. So it's real soothing. The fruit and vegetalist, I take an herb called kratom for pain. I've heard about that. Yeah, it's known to tickle opiate receptors, but is addictive. Do you think it will slow down a detox? Don't really know on that. I don't really know, to be honest with you. I know that a lot of people like that, and I've never tried it though. I'm gonna look more into it and maybe do a little research and report back to you guys. But I've never ever tried it. But I have heard of that. I know they're trying to get it made illegal or something. I don't know. Don't really know. Okay, I just lost my way here. Sorry. Okay, hold on here. I'm sorry, you guys. We have so many questions. This is incredible, you guys. Wow. Hang on. I'm just trying to find my way back here again. Okay, here we go. I think I'm back. Ay. What's happening is every time I move my mouse, my chat screen is going blank, and then it's flashing on and off. But I want to get to all your questions, you guys. We're already at 2 hours, so I'm going to have to start going a little bit faster, I have to say. I can't believe it's 2 hours. We've been covering so much ground, and I'm just waiting to get this back, you guys. I'm so sorry. Here we go. Okay. Every time I move my mouse, I may have to skip some questions, you guys. I'm so sorry, because I'm just going to scroll up and see what I can do here. Okay. I'm going to give it one more try. Okay, maybe I'll try the up arrow. I'm sorry here. Okay. Okay, I'm probably missing some questions here, you guys. I'm sorry. Tommy, Condra, hello all. My first time to a live talk. Glad to have you here, Tommy. Sheila's glad to be here tonight. Wait a minute, am I at the top? Hold on here. Ay. I'm at the top. Hold on. This is all messed up, you guys. I'm trying to get back to you. Hang on. I'm gonna have to. Okay. So sorry here. We're in trouble here. Let me get back down on the stack here. Okay. Okay, we're getting there. We're getting there. Okay, I'm back down to the Kratom thing. Okay, all right. So here we go. Many apologies, but here we go. Oh, if I can just get this to stabilize. Okay, so here we go. We can't. Okay, so fruit and vegetables cannot find organic grapes at Sprouts. Any thoughts on what the cause is? I'm sorry. Can't find organic grapes at Sprouts or Mother's Market. Okay, just do the best you can, you guys, on that. Margie, my husband has spasms in his back. No help from the chiropractor. Any thoughts on what the cause is? Spasms in the back. It sounds like nerve damage to me. So he's got to work on yeah, I mean, chiropractor is a good idea. Got to work on moving lymph and getting regeneration in the nervous system. Degeneration of the nervous system is caused from acidosis, weak adrenal glands, can't make enough steroids to counter the acids, maybe cannot make enough neurotransmitters to get good nerve function. The myelin sheaths are compromised, not getting good nerve transmission. That's from weak adrenals. You can look in the iris of the eye and see the circles around the iris. That's weak myelin sheaths, a compromised nervous system. So high fruits, get on the high fruits. It helps bring up the nerve function. Detox, get the acids out of the body. Okay, and get a hold of me. It sounds like you need to have a full plan to really go after this. Okay, but it's all acidosis and weak nervous system is weak adrenals always. Okay, all right. Fruit and vegetables. Actually, Sprouts has red seedless grapes, but they're garbage. Yeah. Taste them, man. Get in there and taste them. They're not going to rest if you have one or two to see if they're sweet. Blue Bunny, anything with starch like cooked plantain will at least it'd be at least slightly mucus forming. Yes, in my opinion. They call those foods mucus lean. I highly recommend you look into Professor Spira at the Mucus Diet. Yeah, he's very good teaching the Arnold Ehret way. Very good. Oh man, this is crazy. This is so crazy. I can't. I'm gonna have to keep my finger on this thing and just scroll. Okay, sorry. Okay. Okay. Here we go. All right. I'm gonna hold my finger on this. Okay. For another person in the OC, Brooke is saying, for the other person in the OC, Mark, the one looking for organic grapes, Mother's Markets has lots of organic produce. 3 locations down here. Wow, that's great. They don't have those up here yet. Okay, be here. Why is it not possible to regrow all lost hairs? Why only some can be regrown? I don't know if that's not possible. It might be possible to regrow it all. I don't know anybody who has. Some people are just very genetically weak in that department, and it would take a lot. So, but a lot of people do regrow hair by just removing the toxins and acids out of that scalp. Okay, you guys, there's nothing that's not possible. So it is probably possible to regrow it all. If you just Google that, you'll find a lot of people that have done some really amazing work in that department. There's YouTubes on it too. Okay, Blue Bunny, even healthy fats are mucus forming in my experience, though not as bad as cooked fats. Yep. Jamie, how do I get my kids on the fruit? Just put it out in front of them. Get all that crap out of the cupboards and they'll eat it. Trust me, especially the grapes. Once you get started on grapes, you can't stop. They will eat it if it's in the house. But if there's Coca-Cola in the house, they're going to go for that. Unfortunately, not much variety, and I'm afraid they won't get all the nutrition. I have 1-year-old. Do they need more veggies? That's your call on that. If you have good high quality fruit, they can have a pretty high fruit diet, in my view. Just try to keep it interesting, but kids love it. They thrive on it. Be here. Please check out organic healing, pranic healing. It helps in accelerating the rate of healing multiple times. Yeah, pranic healing. I did study that. Absolutely. That's good stuff for sure. Yeah, that's definitely worth looking at some of those YouTubes. I agree. Okay. All right. Okay, Blue Bunny, if you give your kids a variety of raw foods like nuts, greens, and fruits by themselves, let them decide, they will probably gravitate towards the fruits. Yeah, that's been the test. Yeah, I think I would trust that personally. Yeah, let them make their choice there. Absolutely. Look, I mean, it's so much better than I was eating, like, Fruit Loops and peanut butter and jelly sandwiches for lunch, and having a TV dinner for dinner, and I didn't suffer from malnutrition, so and that is really crappy nutrition. Like I say, malnutrition is really not the problem. It's really utilization of those minerals by having just pussed up glands. That's a new word, pussed up. That just came out. Blue Bunny, whatever they crave, whenever they crave raw from those groups, whatever they crave raw from those groups, I guess. Sounds good. Brooke, Mark, did you see that Robert Kennedy Jr. has offered $200,000 if a legitimate study can be found that proves mercury in vaccines causes no harm? Good idea. Good idea. Let's see the study. Yeah, absolutely. Don't think it exists, though. Blue Bunny, he should have gone after chemo and radiation as well. Yeah, there's a new consciousness coming in, guys. They're going to be going after that as well. They really will be. The planet's awakening at a very fast rate, so get ready. Everything is coming out into the light. Ashley, the cleaner the body gets, the more I find herbs work right away. Absolutely, Ashley. You better believe it. That's why they work so good on the master fast and on high fruit. Sorry, Mark, I should clarify that add those herb flowers to your Giovanna tea, and they work. Oh, you add those to the Giovanna tea, and they work great. Yeah, I put the lavender flowers in just to give it a little bit of grounding and a little bit of flavor. Yeah, I'll look at those other ones. I'll play around with those, Ashley. Thank you so much. I'll do that. Yeah, I noticed that I think it's the Bell's tea that has some of those really nice herbs. So some of those kidney teas have got the nice herbs. So just make it a more nice tea. A lot of people want to have a really healthy herbal tea in the morning that really does some great work lymphatically. So yeah, I'm just gonna, I'm changing the name to Giovanna Detox All Tea, because it really is a catch-all tea. It has lymphatic herbs, it has kidney herbs, and it has herbs for the glands too. And so it's just a good overall detox tea. And then you can add the boosts, the other formulas, to kind of tailor it to where you need it to go. So to have a good daily detox all tea that tastes good is a good. I'm going to keep playing with the flavors on that. So thank you, Brooke. You are very popular, Mark. Thanks. Yeah, yeah. We're almost approaching. I think we're 850,000 views on YouTube. I can't believe that. I think I started about a year ago in October, so coming up on a year and a half of doing this, and we just keep growing and growing. More people getting the message. So thank you. Rosaline, scleroderma etiology is unknown, but research showing silica toxicity may be one possibility. Should one avoid horsetail herb? Never heard that on scleroderma. Scleroderma, in my view, is really, really backed up skin at the lower levels due to what? Acids, acidosis. Stagnant, just stagnant lymph. Chances are those kidneys aren't filtering at all. It's kicking all those toxins out to the skin. Skin's the third kidneys, and now you're blocking up the skin. And now you're going down fast because it's got nowhere to go, guys. There's very few options left for that body to detox. If your skin is all blocked up and your kidneys are blocked, you're in deep, deep doo-doo. And people that have scleroderma, they got to really, really get those kidneys filtering, and they got to really work on that skin and reverse that ASAP, because people die from that, and the whole body just turns to acid, and it is not fun at all. You want to get those kidneys open ASAP. You want to get that skin open back up. You need a major herbal program and a major diet change ASAP. That is real serious stuff. Darcy, thank you, Mark, for all the love that you put out to all. Thank you so much. Yeah, certain nights I'm really opened up heart-wise. Other nights I'm more, let's get this done. And I think I'm in that mode tonight. I mean, I still have my heart open to everybody. I hate seeing suffering on this planet. But I'm really like, let's get through these. Let's kick some butt tonight and really get these questions answered. So that's the mode I'm in now, and they keep coming, man. You guys we're at 2 hours and 5 minutes right now. It makes starting the detox seem less scary and less lonely. Love you. Oh, I love you too. Yeah, that's why I'm here. I'm your friend. I'm your friend on this. I'm the guy that's done it. That's getting more and more experience with you all, and can help share my experience and take the fear out of it. Yeah, and give you you ultimately have to take responsibility though, because I can't tell you how much is too much fruit or too many herbs. You have to make the decision. But by giving my experience freely, it can help you navigate better. Okay, and. Brooke, shocking, but I found some really delicious grapes at the 99-cent store. Wow, that's amazing. Good. Hey, man, no problem at all. I would just wash the heck out of them, though. Anything that's not organic. And guys, there's studies too that organic has chemicals too. So wash your organic too. Blue Bunny saw a documentary where they said to get kids to eat healthier, take the processed foods out of the colorful boxes and put them in plain containers to make fruit and veggies more appealing. Good idea. That's a good idea. If that stuff has to be in the house, they're still not off of that yet. That's a good idea. Excellent. It said to use smaller plates and bowls as well. Good idea. They'll pour less junk food for themselves. Absolutely. Good idea. Just get it out of the house, man. I'll tell you, when you're hungry and you're a kid, I mean, I can remember, when I was playing, after school, I just get on my bike and ride, and then we just play, and not even think about food and just come back. My parents had one rule: get back before the streetlights come on, and we'll have dinner ready for you. And coming in, man, and just not thinking about food for hours and hours and hours. Coming back in and just wolfing what was ever in front of that plate. Whatever's on that plate, I didn't care if it was something I didn't even like. It was gone. And I was having seconds. So, yeah, kids will eat anything in front of them, I found out when we come back from our playtime. All right. Rosalind, thanks, Mark, for your time and great info. Good night. Good night to you, Rosalind. Yeah, we're getting down to the bottom here. Good. Fruit and vegetalist. I have inflammation in my groin and tailbone, and I started to filter for a week, but I'm still having pain. And Dr. Morse says when filtration happens, the pain will go away. As you pull toxins and mucus, inflammation out, and acids, it will go away. The problem is you start uncovering layers of acids as you remove mucus out of the body. So it sounds like you still have a lot of work to do. Okay, so steer the course. Alkalize, move lymph. Okay, and if you're going too fast, if the pain gets too much, back off. Okay, and Dr. Morse has a pain formula and to help you with that if you need that. But the good news is things closest to the kidneys tend to detoxify first, and the inflammation comes out first. But we're all at different levels. There might be just a whole lot of acids in that area that you're uncovering. So back off if you have to, but keep pushing forward. Keep going. Just be on the path, okay? And if it's not life threatening, you're not at death's door, you can afford to back off and regroup, okay? Blue Bunny, I believe the documentary I mentioned is called The Kids Menu on Netflix. Great. Man, you got a lot of good info tonight, Brandon. Thank you very, very much. Brandon's a young guy and in his 20s still, and he's well on the detoxification path and helping humanity, which is really, really great. So we thank you. We all thank you for that, Brandon. Okay. Here we are flickering again, so I better keep my finger on the button here. Okay. We have S. Len. You had a noticeable smacking sound in your voice when you came out after your fast, not so much now. A smacking sound in my voice. Interesting. Don't know what that was. Wow, interesting. I know I do a lot of this. I'm trying to get around that. Yeah, I actually speak differently when I have a camera staring at me. So whatever that is, I'm working on it. I need a voice coach, really. I'll get better and better. But I just keep it real. I appreciate you guys putting up with some of my flaws. I really do. But I'll make note of that. Thank you very much. Crystal Hippie, Mark, I appreciate your support on this detox journey. Thank you, Crystal Hippie. I hope you're doing really, really well, and that you're getting on your detox herbs and your diet and all that wonderful stuff. Ashley, thank you. Mark, have a great night. Talk soon. Good night to everyone. Good night, Ashley. Good night up there in Canada. I hope it's warming up for you. Okay. Margie, thank you for your giving spirit, Mark. We'll say good night now. Good night, Margie. You're welcome. Thank you, Mark. See you next week. Charis, good night. We'll see you next week. Jamie, love to everyone. Thank you, Mark. Good night, Jamie. Love to you. Good night, Brooke. Mark, what about a broken wrist that did not heal well? Wow. Okay. So, detox. Detox at the highest levels is regeneration, getting the body to go back to its blueprint. Comfrey root was called knit bone. Comfrey is a great healer of the bones. But interesting to see if the body will. I know that the body does straighten out, especially the spine. So depending on the break, high levels of detoxification lead to regeneration, and that's about it. Just do the best you can, and see if regeneration will straighten everything out and heal it better. Okay, if it's in the actual joints and all that kind of stuff, and there's inflammation in there, detox will probably heal that up pretty darn quickly. Castor oil packs, hot and cold, anything you can do to move lymph and get it flowing. Okay. Blue Bunny, we should start a Kickstarter someday to do our own documentary. You're the director. Cool, man. I'd love to do it. I was a filmmaker, I made 20 feature-length films. Small films, independent films, but I still have a lot of the knowledge on how to get that done. But great idea, yeah. I concentrate on the little tiny ones just to get going here. But yeah, as I get move farther into this, yeah, probably maybe a feature length something, yeah. Kudos to Brandon. Yeah, Brandon's been a great source tonight. Thank you, Brandon, so much. Yeah, Brooke, you're right. No worries, Mark. Your voice is just fine. Thanks, Brooke. Jamie, Comfrey. Yeah, Comfrey root. It was called knit bone. Knit bone back in the day. And it's a great thing to take for breaks, sprains, repairing joints, all that. Watch the high doses of it, though. There are some warnings on that. I'd look into that. So Brandon says, thanks, Brooke. Thank you, everybody. We got through it, 2 hours and 15 minutes. Wonderful. Lots of great questions. And so glad that I could be of service to everybody, and so glad that you can all be of service to each other. And you are stimulating a lot of questions that come in during the week, which is fantastic. We always get over 1,000 views on these within about a week and a half. So lots of people watching. you guys that are all participating and asking questions after this chat session is closed. All welcome, and we're all working together, and we're all healing helping each other heal. So it's so simple. Um, Perhaps your microphone accentuates different sounds depending on placement. Technical, not you. That's true. That's true. Yeah, I might have had it too close to me. And I was experimenting at one time with a lavalier, which is one of those clip-on mics. So I have a very high-quality microphone that looks like it's about 3 feet away. All right. So good. So thanks for that tip, Eslyn. I freely received and I freely give. Yes, that's the secret. That's the secret. Healing is a flow, you guys. When you receive healing, give it back. Help someone who you can help heal. Share your information. Share all this knowledge freely. This is all open source for me. I hold nothing back. Nothing back. So Brandon, Mark has a soothing voice. Thanks again. Oh, thank you very much, Brandon. Thanks again. You are a great inspiration. Keep it up. Thank you so much. So are you too, Brandon, for being a young guy and being this dialed in as a helper and a healer. Love you, man. Love you all. We'll see you next week. And we're getting close to that 108-day fast. If you guys still want to order your herbs, you can make your teas. Just make teas. You don't need to make the tinctures. Just make them every 3 or 4 days and get one of those kits. They're really low cost, and you can join us forever, how long you want to. Okay, so blessings to all, infinite healing to the planet, and let's bring this planet back to the paradise that it truly is. We lost our way for just a little bit, but we're getting it back. And when you detoxify, spiritually, you awaken more and more and more too. And so healing, it happens on all levels. And that much I can attest to. All right, so love and blessings to all. Talk to you next week.